Hello, it's Leslie here. Today I'm going to review this bottle, the Elite nanofly ultralight 4-hour thermal bottle. That's a long name. So it comes like that with this little cardboard thing on here. I ordered mine without this cap on the top, but it came with a cap anyway. So to get that off, you simply here's the lid. You just simply pull that off downwards. So I'm not going to use it with the cap. I think that's more for winter or some, I don't know, because in winter you're not going to want a thermal bottle. So mountain biking, I don't know, because you probably have a Camelback. So I've used it like this. The lid, because I want to be able to drink while I'm riding. I don't want to have to clip off that with two hands. So this lid here is not insulated. It's a normal lid, like from the normal style ultra light bottle. I forgot the name of it's not Jet, it's Fly, I think. So they are interchangeable lids. So that's handy. Okay, so first up, yes, it does cool drinks for a long time, and it's probably the only bottle that I've used where I've come back from a ride. It's been about 1.5 hours, so a fairly short ride really, and there's still been ice, solid ice in the bottom. So normally if you put ice in a bottle, it might last 20 minutes, half an hour. So that's good. It actually does its job in terms of keeping drinks cold. I didn't try out the 4-hour. I'm not up to being fit enough to do 4-hour rides anyway, but I have in the past, and my main issue with it is that it's called the nanofly 500, so that only stores 500 mils of liquid. So to give you an idea, this bottle here, this small one, the smallest one, is 550. So it's kind of like not even filling it up, maybe filling it up to there. Half a litre, it's not that much. And so this bottle is a little bit of a white elephant, because you're going to want to use it in the summer when it's hot. Let me get that to focus. You're going to want to use it when it's hot, and in hot weather you're going to drink more. So to only have half a litre, you can drink half a litre in half an hour or so if it's really hot. I tested mine out. I was waiting for a really hot day, 30 plus, and then a cool change came over and it dropped about 10 degrees in the space of 40 minutes here. So I've only tried it in mid-20s. Even so, I know from my past cycling that it's not really going to be enough for those really, really hot days, 35, 40 degrees or whatever, because you'll be drinking a litre an hour or something like that, and this is it's going to limit your range unless you have somewhere to fill it up. It's just not going to be, even if you have two of them. Like I think I might get two of them, but it's not going to be for the middle of summer rides, because even with two, that's only 1 litre, and I'm used to going with this bottle here, which is 950 mils, and that's okay for sort of 1 to 2 hour rides. So I just think it's if you have one of these, if you only have one of these, it doesn't feel like it's only 2 cups of water, so you're going to get through that in, even if you're conserving water, and that's very hard to do if it's very cold. Even if you're conserving water, I would say you could maybe stretch this to last 1 hour. So that might be 20 or 30 kilometers, depending, 15 or 20 miles, depending on how fast you're riding. And so then if you have two of them, you might be able to go for, say, a 40 to 60 kilometer bike ride without filling it up. So what's that? It's about, I think, 30 to 50 miles or something. No, sorry, 20 to 30 miles or something. So you're just not going to be able to do, even with two of them. I know on a real hot day, you're not going to have enough liquid to go for, say, an 80 kilometer bike ride, which is 50 miles. So 3 hours, it's not going to be enough for a 3-hour ride. So that's my main gripe with it. Other than that, it says it's the ultra light, like the lightest thermal bottle. I'm not so sure because the Camelback makes a Camelback Podium Ice version, and I think that's actually lighter. I might put that in the comments below. But I don't think you're going to really care about what this bottle weighs because it's mainly about keeping things cold. So what I think is that the other thing I noticed about this bottle is that because of this dual wall construction, you can squeeze it, and as you're drinking, you squeeze it, and it says it's easy to squeeze and high flow and everything, but that's kind of rubbish. You squeeze it, but you're only squeezing the outer wall. So then when you suck on this thing, you suck it on it, even though you're squeezing it, which would, on a normal bottle, would be enough for the water to start flowing out. You've got to sort of overcome this vacuum inside with the inside wall. What I'm saying is it creates a vacuum with the inner wall, and the lid closes itself. It's very hard. What I'm saying is it's very hard to get to swallow 3 gulps of water from this in a row, because this will close itself. It actually sets itself up to be like a vacuum. So that's kind of interesting, but that's okay. That might actually be a helpful feature because that stops you drinking too much. And water, whatever, these cold liquids are going to be at a premium with this bottle anyway. Now, the other thing I've just read on here, it says 40-degree maximum temperature. So that it kind of answers the question, can you put hot liquids in it? Well, no. So the newer bottle I've seen on the Elite website, it doesn't have these vertical stripes. It's got sort of concentric, what look like almost a thumbprint style of graphic on there. That bottle you can use hot liquids in, but this one apparently not. So now here's the question I normally ask myself, would I buy it again? I'd probably buy a second one to have 2, but I certainly wouldn't buy another 2. I don't think I would buy this bottle again. I'm curious to have it for maybe off season, autumn and spring, when it's not quite the hottest day, but you just want a bit of a reward for having a cold drink, for having a ride and then you have a cold drink on the break. I don't think I'm going to use it for the hottest days. What I'm saying is I probably wouldn't buy it again now, knowing what I know. No, because it's just not big enough for me. And I think even with 2, that might be alright while I'm getting back into road biking, because it will be 1 litre of water, which is a little bit more than what I'm used to with one of these. But then I'm going to be limited to only riding for 2 hours, and I intend to ride for longer than that. So it's not going to be my bottle of choice, certainly not, because it's just too small. So what I would like to see is a bigger capacity, like at the top. Now the Camelback is 600 mils, and there's a 700 ml version, and I happen to know that the Zeffal bottle is 750 mils. I've tried those previously and they're okay. 750 mils, that's more like it, because then with 2 of those you get 1.5 litres. That's more like it. So I'd like to see a bigger bottle, and even a possible redesign. Like I forgot to bring over the flask. I'll just describe it. What I think they need to do at Elite is get rid of this solid black plastic interior and somehow replace it with a thin flexible membrane. Like, for example, I have this flask from brand Vapur, V-A-P-U-R, and it's like a see-through, almost like a Camelback, but it's a see-through. I'm not sure what the material is, but I think they need to make a more like a film plastic liner that's not a solid liner, and that would give you true like squeezability. It wouldn't have set up that vacuum that I'm talking about. And the main reason I think that would be better is it would give you an increased capacity, like, you know, just without, because you can't make the bottle wider, but inside this solid liner takes up quite a bit of room. So I think, and it doesn't have to be solid, it just has to contain the liquid. It's this outer wall kind of has to be solid so that it resists, you know, the friction from the bottle holder and everything. But I think if they design something with a Vapur style sleeve inside, then they might be onto a winner, and that's something I'd buy again, because then they'd probably be able to get more capacity, and especially if they made it longer, they'd probably end up getting, you know, more than even Zefal. So anyway, that's all I got to talk about today. It does work. I've got mine filled with ice, and it almost works too well, because the ice doesn't melt during the ride. So that's quite surprising. So, but what I'm trying to say is, it's pointless testing it for 4 hours. Like I could do a, you know, I'm a former scientist, and I could get a data logger and log the temperature over 4 hours and compare that to a normal bottle. But it's pointless, because you're going to run out of water in 40 minutes, not 4 hours. There's no way that one bottle, if you go for a ride on a hot day, 30 or 40 degrees Celsius, especially closer to 40, there's no way that you're going to have any liquid left in this bottle after 4 hours. You're going to have drunk it all. So it's kind of pointless. So I'd like to see it a bit less effective and more capacity. So that's really all I have to say today. Thanks for watching. Until the next video. Bye.